What just happened?
Thank you, Mason.
You have to when you do that.
So it's for adults only.
It wouldn't let me
go
comment.
live.
It wouldn't let me comment because
You have to go into here.
Why
you
did
can
you?
Kind of say what just happened. So,
good for monetization.
Well, I want to make it more available. That's why I
broadcast
did that.
professionals over here.
Did you know that?
No, but I'm laughing at you. We're trying to figure out why we couldn't get comments on our YouTube page. And it took intern Mason to tell the old folks that the damn thing was set for kids only. Does this look like a room that should be for kids only?
It's like the opposite.
Have they heard our language?
It's romper room.
Rolling open.
Oh my God!
Here we go.
Let's make it a good day.
Good tiger. Give it up for Debbie Gibson, everyone.
We do it our own way.
Yes!
I'm gonna start crying and laughing so hard.
I did not do that.
Now, here's Jason.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome to the Jason Show. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Jason Show. It is Monday, and I'm just going to tell you, I told the studio audience today, we try to pull back the curtain. I mean, the cold open is an example of that. I tell you everything. You're looking at a host that's had about 2 hours sleep. So, yeah. So, and oh, don't feel sorry for me because it was for a good reason. Take a look at this. Not only Taylor Swift was in town this weekend, but Charlie Puth was here last night. Yeah, so I went to go see him at the beautiful Armory here in Minneapolis, one of my favorite venues. But my goodness, I'll tell you more a little bit later. But Charlie, here's the headline, was so good. Again, he was so good that it kept a geriatric talk show host out way past his bedtime. So, yeah. Yeah. So if I can ask all of you at home, if I start to doze off, just tap your television. Just a little, just tap.
Wake up.
Just wake me up. Let's get started. Roll it, Leo. Let's start the show. Here we go. Oh. Yeah. Audience, say hi to Kendall.
Hi. Good morning.
How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing better than you, I guess.
I think everybody in the audience is doing better. No, it's fine. I always say I don't mind having a rough Monday if it's for a great thing, and it was for a great thing. That show, and I know Taylor Swift, understandably, has gotten the majority of the headlines, but I love Charlie, and he put on such a great show. It was like a couple hours, and he rocked it. I mean, it was just, I'm watching him going, he's just unbelievable. He's like a genius. He's like a musical genius, and a great voice, great show, great energy. It was worth feeling the way that I feel right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Is he one of those entertainers, too, that does such a good job of just interacting with you, so you feel like you learn more about him while you're at his show?
He actually didn't. That's a great question. He didn't talk a lot, the happy chat between songs. A little bit. There's banter, but it was really boom, hit after hit after hit. He did sing a Taylor Swift song, but he had the crowd right here. Again, there, bands, of course, they can hold an audience, but there are very few in this era single performers that can hold a stage, a concert stage. Taylor Swift, obviously one of them. Charlie, and it's just a guy and a piano, and it was captivating. It was such a good show.
Cool.
It was so good. So if he comes to Chicago, Seattle, Wisconsin, you go see him. So, I should tell you too, Director Leo has been informed, no close-ups today.
No super zoom.
No super zoom close-ups of the host today. That's right. No zooms today, or Leo will be put in timeout. No, it's gonna be. We have such a good show. Oh my God! Let me tell you, the show was called Destination Fear. over there on part of the Discovery Network, so Travel Channel. And then the knuckleheads made the dumbest decision ever. The dumbest decision. They're like, oh, well, I think we're done. And then the cast was like, no, we're not going to take that. So they launched their own show on YouTube. They're here because it is a massive success. Project Fear. I love that type of thing. There's the family right there. Right there. Because God, one of my favorite things in life is to mess with the executives. I love messing with the bosses, and I love that this is a poke in the eye to the Warner people, because they let go of great things. So that's coming up. But right now, roll it, Leo. It's time for the hot dish. Let's do this. Here we go. So, I mentioned T Swift was in our city over the weekend, was in Minneapolis. The Swifties were losing their minds all weekend. But in one particular moment, when she pulled out one of her surprise songs, because it was one that she hadn't played in 10 years. It basically broke Twin Cities Twitter and Twitter in general for the next 20 hours. Look. There she is. So that's, of course, the song Dear John. It's about the time John Mayer broke her heart. But before the song, before she started, I love that she did this. She told the audience, she told her fans to not go off on John on social media. I just thought that was, well, that's her. I thought that was a real classy thing to do, because in the time we're living in, fans are so devoted, and I love that to a point. But then they go on and they think that they're defending Taylor by going after whomever she's singing about. No, you're really not. I mean, you're really. It's actually kind of gross when you do that. So be a good fan, and I'm glad that she said that to them.
And just looking at that video, can we have a moment of like you're alone singing in front of all of those people?
Yeah.
It's just insane to me.
How can you even? How much total, Jeff? Was it 200,000 over the 2 days?
50 to 60 each.
50 to 60,000 each night.
Yeah.
And you're right. Just think about that. That's a
really
great.
Think about that.
Can you, as just like one human being, take that in? I don't know what that would feel like to be on that stage. You're a single human, and 60,000 people paid an inordinate amount of money
Stare at you, sing this love song.
to see you. Well, after both shows, Taylor posted on social media about the crowds this weekend. She said, got to play for some of the most generous crowds this weekend, and I loved every second of it. So that's what Taylor had to say about we do. Hey. I've said it to theater actors and actors. You've heard me 1,000 times. We are known here in the Twin Cities for having great audiences.
Very
whether they're comedians, Broadway productions. We have wonderful audiences and good folks. Well, next in the dish, you guys know Pat Sajak is leaving leaving Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. And Vanna White, girl, she senses an opportunity and she wants the money. Right now. Turning the letters, she makes $3 million a year, $3 million a season, which is basically 1/5 of what Pat gets right now. So Vanna wants a big raise. Sony, who owns the Wheel, is reportedly considering cutting her position entirely. That's something they considered in the 90s when Wheel's ratings dipped a little bit. Vanna has hired the same lawyer that ousted Jeopardy host / producer Mike Richards hired in hopes of getting her more money. Can we just advise, remember I just picked on the Discovery bosses for letting Project Fear go. Can I just advise the good folks at Sony? Hi, my name is Jason. You don't know me, but that's Kendall, by the way.
Hi.
Sony, say hi
Hello.
to Kendall
Hi,
right
nice
there.
to meet you.
Don't get rid of Vanna.
No.
Don't get rid of Vanna. I thank you. It's free advice.
No.
The hell are they thinking? Did you hear the reaction from our crowd? You know what I mean? Oh my God, it would be a disastrous decision.
So dumb. And so a couple of different media reports have all said that she hasn't had a raise, because $3 million a year, I mean, to all of us mere mortals, that's like amazing. But she hasn't had a raise in 18 years.
Yeah, did you hear that, audience? She hasn't had a raise in 18 years,
Like,
according
allegedly,
to the, yeah.
a couple different reports too. It wasn't just one paper saying this, but I think that that's kind of nuts. Like, give the woman some money.
Of course, you know, and I know, look, people say, oh, you know, they don't really need it because the letters can come on by itself with modern technology. That's not the point.
I watched for Vanna's outfit.
Yeah, it's not her function in the game.
Right.
It's her presence. It's not about whether the letters can turn on. People just like her there. That's worth more. Sony, again, free advice. That's worth more than $3 million. How about you give your new host a little less money and give that to Vanna?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. She's a verb.
Yeah.
She's a verb these days.
She is a verb.
I'm gonna Vanna White
I'm
that.
gonna Vanna White
Like,
something.
I mean, hello.
Are you a verb, Sony? I told you, 3 hours sleep. I'm just, yeah. We have a lot more to come. We'll be right back. Back in after this. Are you a verb? Hey, don't forget to get tickets to our show this week. Go to eventbrite.com. Search for The Jason Show and only pick a day you can really come. Well, welcome back to the show. Former One Direction member Niall Horan was featured on Sunday Today, and he talked about what it was like, whether it was scary, whether he was excited about going solo. Look.
It's 2020, and you're getting ready to go on a tour. Of course, everything is canceled, except you don't have your instruments.
All my gear was locked away. We were just about to go on tour in that April. All my guitars had left my house. They were all boxed up in a lock-up somewhere, ready to go to the first show. And it was just me and the piano and in the house. Just gonna sit down there and play around, sing some melodies, play some chords, and hope for the best. When I wrote that and sung the first couple of lines, and the lyrics came out, I was like, oh, maybe this is the time now. Maybe this is the start of a record.
If everything was easy, nothing ever broke. If everything was simple, how would we know?
The show is basically me saying how grateful I should feel for everything. Because during the pandemic, we kind of lost all of that control that we like to have as humans.
I know this is a hot take. I know probably not a lot of folks agree with me because Harry Styles gets the inordinate amount of attention from fans, but I actually think Niall is just as talented, and he's actually my favorite.
Really?
I love Harry Styles. Don't get me wrong. And somewhere.
Watermelon sugar high.
Yeah,
people.
I know.
We're fine.
Like, yeah, my friend Haley just loves him. I like him too, but I think Niall's my favorite.
He should do more interviews.
Yeah, I do. I like him.
Got that night.
I mean, you know, as a 48-year-old One Direction fan, you know.
Big fan.
It's a huge fan. It's time for a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Audience, give it up for Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, everybody. Fellow Niall guy over here, Jason. I hear you.
Thank you. Okay. It wouldn't be a week unless we had another spin around as the Harry and Meghan turns. Tell the folks their contract with Spotify is not only about money they could be losing, but who else is on the chopping block?
Well, so there was all that Spotify money where they weren't fulfilling their contract. They lost out on the $20 million deal now. Now Netflix is saying, hey, look, we gave you guys a ton of money. You're not giving us the content that we had asked for. So essentially they've offered an ultimatum, Jason, where they say, look, either get us some new content, get us something good, or we're not going to come through with that contract. And I believe it was reported maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, up to $100 million this Netflix deal. And we've seen kind of a documentary done about their life where they've continued to kind of fuss about the royal family and the way they were treated. But I think the problem they're really having now is looking toward the future and what kind of new material they'll be able to bring.
$100 million? Grab a camcorder. Grab a camcorder and start shooting something.
You would think so. Film me eating lunch, something like whatever.
Harry, make a sandwich. You know what I mean? Just make a sandwich and give it to Netflix.
That's all they got to do. I mean, but look, things are getting tense.
Okay. I have defended them forever, but if this is true, they've lost me on this one because that's a lot of money to be doing nothing.
Hard.
Yeah.
I hear you.
John Hamm got married over the weekend at a very familiar place.
Yeah, and the reason it's familiar is because of his Mad Men days, and he married Anna Oleska, and they actually met on the set of Mad Men, and they got married in Big Sur over the weekend. If you're not a Mad Men fan, the show ended when his character Don Draper kind of went to Big Sur to rediscover himself. So it's actually kind of cute that this is where the wedding happened.
I like that.
Yeah,
that is fun.
And just a beautiful ceremony there. You see it right with the water, nature, tons of friends and family, and they look super happy. They got engaged last year.
And finally, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Arnold's son Joseph is on a movie set, and dude looks ripped like dad.
It's incredible. If you look at old photos of Arnold and his son Joseph, they almost look like twins. They have the same build, kind of same facial features, same hair. And his son now is working to be an actor. We got photos of him. He's working on kind of a smaller action film, if you will. But look, he's starting here with this movie. And just checking him out, ripped on set, looking like dad, is pretty impressive.
He does. He's a good looking. He looks so much like young Arnold.
It's wild, and you should see the two of them in the gym too, Jason. I mean, they trade tips, they work out together. I mean, they take bike rides together. It's really an awesome relationship.
It's like me and executive producer Jeff. That's right. Just two dudes in the gym. Yeah.
Love that for you guys.
That's right. Thanks, buddy. Give it up for Brad, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you, Jason.
Just like you two.
Jeff, we should do that as another digital show. Just two dudes in the gym. Just me and you gossiping in the gym.
Yeah, I'll be on the side eating a sandwich.
Hopefully Harry and Meghan can make you a sandwich.
Yeah.
Those two.
Yeah,
He
I know.
loves them so much. What do you mean?
Jeff loves Harry and Meghan. Yeah. Next in the dish. Last night at the BET Awards, my girl, look, people ask sometimes, hey, who's one of the favorite celebrities you've ever interviewed in person? Mm-hmm. Patti LaBelle is on that list. I love Miss Patti for years. Anyway, she's trending right now because last night at the BET Awards, Patti performed a tribute to Tina Turner. Not a big shock. Hello. I mean, they're both legends. She's the godmother of soul. So Patti sang the best, simply the best, and sounded great until she ran into a little problem. And that problem, the teleprompter. Look.
What if I can't see the words? I don't know. I'm trying, y'all. Hey, just as long as I'm here in your arms, I'm feeling no better. You know why? Just simply the best. Come on.
Where are my backup singers? No, if you don't know, Patti had a similar thing happen to her. Well, it's Jeff, 5, 6, 7 years. It doesn't matter. Patti had something similar happen to her, and she starts singing, "Where are my backup singers?" So that's where she said it last night. That's why everyone was laughing, because that's her little line for "I am in trouble." But that's what you do.
Yeah,
you don't
you keep
freeze.
going. Yeah.
You laugh your way through it, and that's hysterical. I can't see the word.
And then simply the best.
Because everybody knows the chorus. Well, Patti needed a little help with the lyrics, but yeah, as you saw, she sang through it. Among those coming to her defense, not that she needs it, because everyone loves Miss Patti, Holly Robinson Pete said producers and the teleprompter let Patti down and called her a legend. Yeah, but mistakes, look, it happens here sometimes. If you ever hear me say, prompter, come on up. It just,
Right.
Sometimes Leo falls asleep like I'm going to,
Poke him a little bit. No, it does.
Wasn't a knock on Leo.
It's fine.
Yeah.
He just needs a fragrant moment sometimes.
Yeah. Go ahead, Leo. Zoom in as punishment. Go ahead, Director Leo.
Just get right in there. But it does happen when people perform. Like, you see people perform.
Eric, don't you swing that camera over here. I'm telling you. That's a good shot, actually, though, yeah.
Bravo. You look good.
You know, I mean, it's a spackle, a little, you know.
A little lighting, a little spackle.
Ran to get some Botox before I got here, yeah. Okay, let's move on. Next in the dish, Ryan Reynolds has had quite the year as a businessman. He sold his stake in Mint Mobile, which I didn't even know what that was. But anyway, he sold it for like $300 million. His Welsh soccer team won the championship. Yeah. And he looks like Ryan Reynolds. You know what I mean?
And he's married to Blake Lively. He had a baby.
Again, you know what I'm going to say? Sometimes the good Lord gives with both hands. Yeah. So now he's turning his attention to another sport. Ryan, he's joining a group of celebs to buy 25% of a Formula One team for more than $200 million. The team is Alpine, and it's owned by a French auto the French auto company Renault. Michael B. Jordan is also included in the group of investors. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they should just call it Two Ugly Men. Yeah.
And some cars.
Because they're both so unattractive. Yeah. That's fun, though, when you have that kind of stupid money. That's because it's stupid money. Mm-hmm. That's what you do. You buy sports teams. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think his like production group that he runs, he has all these businesses with, they bought that soccer team we're talking about, the Welsh soccer team, and they kind of were this not a lot of people knew about them unless you were local. They rose above, like you mentioned, and they won this championship, but people also really like them because of this sort of production value behind them. So I think these owners groups are looking at someone like Ryan Reynolds and going, you could do that for us too.
Yeah, and Formula One is so popular.
Yes.
There's that Netflix docuseries about Formula One. So, well, next in the dish, Paramount Plus is the latest streamer to take advantage of some tax write-offs, as it kills off some of its original content. You're like, oh, you're thinking to yourself, this isn't a juicy story. Oh, it is. So, Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, Star Trek Prodigy, Queen of the Universe from RuPaul, and The Game have all been canceled. And not just canceled, friends. The minute they announced it, boom, they removed everything from Paramount Plus. Disney and Warner Brothers, they've done this too. They also eliminated underperforming shows to get those write-offs. It comes as Paramount Plus will add Showtime to its platform tomorrow. Remember, we were all confused by that. It's going to be called Showtime on Paramount Plus. It's just so confusing.
Just like Max.
Max, you know. But the creator of Rise of the Pink Ladies took them apart. I mean, ripped Paramount. They're like, this is not just, oh, we're canceled. They called it brutal because you canceled us and then you just remove the show. Nobody can watch it now. So, but all these companies are doing it. They're bleeding money. You know, so they got to do something.
They should have listened to Auntie Jason when he said you were ruining yourselves, people.
I'm just telling you. Again, Sony, you can take my advice. Hashtag don't get rid of Vanna. Just saying.
It's free.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go in the back and take a little nap, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Coming up, they go into places we never would.
Is anybody down here with me? What? I just said one.
The cast of Project Fear is here to talk about their exciting new season. Then, we're opening up the mailbag, and this week, per usual, you have a lot to say, including one viewer who thinks this should be a real show. That and more when we come back.
Well, welcome back. Our next guests were canceled, but then following an outpouring of support from their amazing fans, they are back. What am I talking about? Destination Fear is now Project Fear. And the first episode dropped on YouTube over the weekend. Look.
I am taking us back to the location that broke us.
This location literally scarred me.
It's the only location we've ever been to where it actually scared us out.
We are back.
We're back. Oh my God, dude!
What is going on?
I love a good trailer, and that's a good trailer. Well, that is Project Fear, and as I said, the new season is now on YouTube, and it drops weekly on the Project Fear YouTube channel. Audience, give it up for the cast of Project Fear: Dakota, Chelsea, Tanner, and Alex. Hi, guys.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
No, welcome back. And your family's in the mom is here in the audience today. It's like an old show called This Is Your Life. I'm just going to start pulling your relatives in. Okay, let me start with a brag on you. Let me start with a compliment. Episode 1 has dropped, and our producers looked at the numbers here. Already 350,000 views. I mean, to any of you take this question, how the hell does that feel?
Feels really, really good. I mean, we were looking at projections, and we are supposed to double the amount of views that we were getting on TV. So this is unreal. Like we can't be happier.
Chelsea,
it feels so good.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say it feels so great to see real numbers because we're so used to like being in the dark about like what we get, and now we get to see it real time.
Well, that goes with what I'm going to ask next, and that is, do you? And no offense, I mean, hello, I'm connected to a network. I work for a network and the mechanisms that go with that. And if they're listening, I'm very grateful. However, but creatively, under every pillar, creatively, financially, do you just feel liberated, more liberated?
Yes. Oh my gosh, so much so. I mean, it's not even like, you can't even explain the feeling, but just even filming this last road trip that's airing now, we were so much happier on the road, and we really got a lot more out of it, and I think everyone's having a blast.
I think a lot of people don't know that there's like so many moving parts when it comes to any kind of filming, and just to like have something get all the way through to the end and determine what makes the cutting room floor and what we keep in, feels really good to really 100% have our craft the way we want it to be.
And correct me if I'm wrong, friends. I'm looking, and I know a thing or two about TV, how it's done, etc. To me, the show looks exactly the same production-wise as it did on Travel. And I know you guys are smiling. You lost nothing in the transition, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just a few extra hands that we love, but we don't really need to complete the show. Yeah. Us three and Chelsea included with the overnights, we film everything. Yeah. We do it all, and Dakota edits everything with our friend Connor. Like
literally nothing has changed. It's just a small amount of crew that we love and miss, but I think that's the best thing that we've been able to see people say online is that this looks and feels the same, or some people are saying they like it more. And it's just so cool for us as filmmakers to get that compliment.
These guys are so modest. Like, I can talk about it because I don't do any of the editing. I don't do any of the really hard nitty-gritty work behind the scenes. But these guys came to the table with a lot of talent that you don't see on camera. And I just feel like this is so awesome for them because they've worked so hard to do it.
Thank you.
Stop it,
Chelsea, thank you. Thank you for not being humble and bragging, because you deserve to brag. Yeah. Well, we're going to talk more specific about the episode and the season in after the break. But whoever wants to take this, I asked a version of this question when you guys just announced that you were doing this. I asked about fan reaction. As you said a few minutes ago, now you see, it's just not people supporting going, oh yeah, I'm going to be there. They are there. They are there in huge numbers. How does that feel for you guys as creatives?
It's like overwhelming.
We keep being surprised. Like, this is like, we keep like putting out numbers and putting out our goals, and like the fans in the community exceed it. Like, not just like by a little, but like a what? Like out of this world support. So I feel like I'm just shocked.
Yeah.
It's great. Well, you all deserve it. As I said, when we come back, you saw that trailer. You saw Chelsea say that the place they go in episode 1 basically scarred her before. So is it going to scar and scur her again? You'll find out when we return back in a moment. Cast of Project Fear. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. The cast of Project Fear is here. Before we talk to him again, here's another clip from their season premiere. Let's look at this.
Do you remember us? My sister is sitting right here in this chair. Do you know what her name is? All right, I'm gonna cut and play this back and see if we got any sort of a response.
I don't even want to know what we're gonna find.
Turning on the Ovilus and start asking some questions. Is anybody down here with me? What?
I just said run. Oh, the first thing. That's what happened. We all ran.
It's telling me to run right. Dude, what? I just turned this on.
Y'all are crazy. Yeah. Y'all are crazy. If I go into a place and a spirit tells me to run, I am running. And I'm Forrest Gumping my ass all the way back home. Anyway, okay, welcome back. Chelsea, Dakota, Tanner, and Alex are here. So, tell us about this place, Chelsea, because you in the trailer said it scarred you. Again, refresh everyone's memory. Where are you for the season premiere?
Sure, we're in West Virginia, and we originally went there in our show, Destination Fear, and it was kind of an underrated location at first because we didn't really know much about it. It wasn't like a staple haunted location, and it ended up being by far one of the locations that just seriously, it scared us out of the building for the first time, where we ran out, we left the cameras inside, and we waited till sunrise the first time. So when we knew that this location was like redemption time, like we had to go back, and Dakota brought us back.
Oh, way to go, Dakota. Yeah. Was the return visit, I mean, people will watch, obviously, episode 1. Was it worse than when you were there before?
For me personally, it was. We did a little challenge at the beginning. We put all of our names in the hat, and for half the night, one person would have to stay in the basement by themselves, where we had all of the activity last time. And I was the unlucky person who got his name drawn and was down there by myself for like 4 or 5 hours, and it was horrible.
Wait. You had to stay in the basement alone for 4 to 5 hours?
Yeah, well, in that clip where you see me get run on the Ovilus, I'm in the basement by myself, and they're on the 3rd floor.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't a happy camper.
I was just telling your mom in the commercial, I said, I've joked with Dakota about coming on one of these for just a little bit. I'm telling you, not that I ever was officially invited, but after watching this, hell no. Like, just not no, there's no way.
Jason, this would be the best Halloween special ever.
Oh, God.
Come on, let's go.
You know who I would feel bad for? Not only you for having to put up with me, but I feel bad for the poor closed captioning folks having to write "scream" over and over and over. Jason screams. Jason screams again. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Jason screams again.
You'd fit right in.
It'd be perfect.
Well, I found out, okay, just in our last minute, speaking, again, if you guys just tuned in, Dakota and Chelsea's mom here, I was here. I know you guys said this on the first time we interviewed you, but I just found out the reason this whole thing started, y'all lived in a haunted house, basically, growing up.
Yeah. We did. In Minnesota, right there in Minnesota. We grew up in a house that, like, we built on land that people warned us about, and we had really creepy encounters way before. Like, that's what got us interested in the paranormal. Like, me, Tanner, and Alex and Chelsea, we would set up cameras at that house way before we knew we would ever be into cameras and the paranormal.
Yeah. This reminds me of Poltergeist, and we all know how that ended. Well,
a hit movie.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, so I say this every single time you're here as we wrap up. We are so proud of you guys. I love, and you're saying, I'm saying this, not you. I love that you showed the big wigs in the C-suites that they made a huge mistake letting you guys go. And I love that you're even bigger than ever on your own. Continued success, you four. Continued success.
Thank you.
And we'll be in touch about that Halloween special.
Yeah, let's go.
Thanks, guys. You can catch Project Fear on YouTube. Look for Project Fear, hit subscribe, and new episodes drop weekly. The Mailbox when we return. Back in a moment. They're great, aren't they?
They're great.
They're just, I'm so...
You're never going into a haunted house with them.
I'm going to go. I'll go
no,
with them.
No, you're not.
I'll go. And as my nephew Alden says, I guess when I say something like this, it's a binding contract. So, yeah. Okay. It's Monday, and every Monday we take time to respond to what you have to say about the show. Leo, open up the mailbag. Here we go, everybody. First up, a comment from someone who discovered one of our interviews on YouTube. Before we, don't put it up yet, Leo. I'm not being dramatic, but I think this might be one of our favorite viewer comments in 8 seasons, okay? Here it goes. Smitty031 says, wait, this feels like a real TV show. If it's not, you're fantastic. This should be on daytime TV.
Wow.
Thanks, Smitty. This is a real show.
We're real people.
Thank you. Okay. Next up, some confusion about something on our show. L177 on YouTube says, roll the open? What do you mean when you say this? Anyways, yeah. Okay, so let me explain. It's a little inside baseball. In television, if there's an element that runs before the main show open, you know, like our theme song, that is usually called the cold open. A few months ago, we changed how we did it. We used to do a really contrived, today on the Jason Show, you know, like a tease that was like a news show. We're like, let's do something wackadoodle. So we do little snippets of behind the scenes moments, real moments. Kendall can back me up. Mm-hmm. They're not scripted.
No.
What you see in those moments, it's just what happens because we're all insane on the show, you know? So, and it gives Leo, director Leo, a cue to roll the main show open. So that's why now we had a woman in the audience last week say, for my birthday, I really just want to say roll the open. So you'll see her this week. I think we have her in the audience. But anyway, that's what that is. So I hope that explains it to you. Renee is up next. Hi, Renee. She sent us a message on our Facebook page. She says, your show is the best. You and your team work really hard. I laugh so much during it. You never disappoint. I feel like we all come to the table every day to hear new things and always laughter. Oh, that's a nice little thing. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
Well, and again, just like Chelsea and Dakota said about Project Fear, just like them, we are a small band of crazy people. And the staff, we don't have a huge staff, and they do. Jeff and Ted and Rob and Eric and you and Leo. No, I'm just joking. Leo, I'm kidding. Here comes a close-up again. Anyway. Intern Mason, Aaron Schwab, our floor. Everybody does work really hard, but it's just fun. It's a fun show, right? I hope it's fun. Do you have fun at work, Kendall?
Send help.
Yeah. I mean, today the staff is having a lot of fun with me. Yeah. Next up, many of you loved one of our interviews from last week, including Smitty. She said, the YouTube user wrote, I loved chatting with Carolyn, who competed on the most recent season of Survivor. We had we had such a good time. I'm telling you, I loved her. I instantly fell in love with her. Well, so did other people. Steve Rides Bikes on Instagram, best handle ever, says, does anyone else think that these two need to have a show together? Make it happen. One of Carolyn's fellow Survivor contestants, Carson Garrett, responded. He said, when you said my name, I went crazy. I love y'all's interview. So much fun. Well, Carson, we love you too. Just, yes, we want to get you on the show.
Come on by.
She was a lot of fun. I love her, but we both have so much kinetic energy. I think we would drive people crazy.
They'd blow up the building.
After about one segment, you know what I mean? We balance each other out. Like when you're hot.
Are you calling me calm?
No, I didn't say that. I just said we. One more thing about. Yeah, moving on. One more thing about Carolyn. She was at Twin Cities Pride. She was watching the Pride Parade yesterday, and I was in the parade from my radio station. There's our radio station's trolley. She took video of me in the parade with my talk. I saw her and I screamed. I was so excited to see her. She's such a delight. That trolley was fun. Yeah, that was a good time. Oh, we had a good time, let me tell you. Anyway, stay connected with our show. Search Jason Show TV on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and don't forget about our Jason Show Before the Show, weekdays around 9:15 live. We now stream that on our YouTube channel. We'll be right back. Back after this. Get tickets to our show. Go to eventbrite.com and search for The Jason Show. And only pick a day that you can come. That's right. Welcome back to the show. It's time for the World Shortest segment. That's right. Piece of Star Wars history is now up for bidding. One of the costumes Carrie Fisher wore as Princess Leia in the original Star Wars is part of a prop store auction. It's the white dress with the silver belt you see right there. The dress is expected to sell for between $1 to $2 million. This auction also includes movie props and costumes from several classic films. Bidding begins on June 28th. We'll be right back. Back after this. Welcome back. It's her birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Look right there. And then right down there, my buddy Joy, it's her birthday. And yeah, that's Joy right there. It's Joy. Joy and I are going to run off and get married right after the show. That's right. Yeah, that's
Should we
right.
tell Colin?
Yeah, what?
We should get a room and take a nap.
Oh!
Just to nap. Just to nap.
Yeah, you heard that right. Joy wants to get a hotel room with me. That's right. Just to nap.
She's
We're
a
doing it, Joy. I need a nap. Tomorrow, the Palm Springs Baker returns, but right now, let's get to it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.